It appears security services have their hands full this time, following a spate of attacks by gunmen in different parts of the country with attendant bloodshed and kidnappings. In Kogi State, the gunmen have killed over 20 people in the dead of the night attack, while 3 people kidnapped by gunmen in neighboring Kwara State are being held for ransom. In Adamawa State, an attack by Boko Haram insurgents has been repelled by the military. But let's begin in Kogi State, where at least 19 persons have been killed following an overnight attack by gunmen on Tawari community in Kogi local government area. Some residents of the community who narrowly escaped death alleged that the attackers could have been armed herdsmen. The gunmen reportedly invaded the village at about 1 a.m. today and opened fire before setting houses, churches, vehicles, and the community's oldest clinic ablaze. Among those killed was the chief imam of the village, Malam Zakari Saliu. The Kogi State Deputy Governor, Edward Onoja, who spoke with our correspondent, Loretta Chiogo, on the telephone, promised that the government will unravel the cause of the attack in order to prevent an escalation.
He understood, according to reports, that some mercenaries and militia came to that community in the middle of the night and caused havoc both to properties and human life. That's what we have gathered. The Commissioner of Police had been there and had released that statement, while His Excellency Governor Alhaji Adoza Bello had directed, because it's not a regular occurrence in Kogi State, for the security agencies to fish out the perpetrators immediately. I shall be visiting the site tomorrow alongside other government officials with some security agencies. This would not be something that would be taken for granted. It involves human lives. Kogi is not noted for this kind of happenings, and we will not let it have a breather in Kogi State.
Does this occurrence put a scare on the state, since this is not a usual occurrence, as you've said?
Exactly why we will, by the grace of God, under the leadership of His Excellency, deal with it in the board immediately. We've had skirmishes like this, but we act immediately. It's not time to talk about the losses, but how to forestall future occurrences. And that's already ongoing.
Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has condemned the attack on Tawari community of Kogi State. The president, in a statement, says there is no excuse or justification for killing innocent people by anybody or group, and for whatever motive. In neighboring Kwara State, gunmen have also kidnapped 3 indigents of Obayegunle Ekiti local government area. The kidnappers are reportedly demanding a ransom of 50 million naira from family members of the victims if they wish to secure their release. The victims, 2 men and a woman, were among 4 people abducted on Tuesday, December 31st, 2019, along the Oshiobo-Ayegunle Road, but the 4th person managed to escape with serious injuries. A resident of the community who spoke to our correspondent says the victims had been traveling in the same vehicle to their country home for the New Year celebrations. He added the deplorable state of the road linking Oshian Obu Ayegunle has made it convenient for kidnappers to operate in the area, although local hunters have often prevented them from abducting residents. Still talking about security, the Nigerian Air Force says its troops have scored more hits against the dreaded Boko Haram terrorists operating on the fringes of the Sambisa forest in Borno State. This latest attack by the Air Force targeted the group's logistics facility at Gujeri, where they store fuel and other items for the maintenance of their vehicles. A statement from the Nigerian Air Force says combat helicopters were deployed to the location, hitting the target area and destroying the storage facility as well as other structures in the camp. The Air Force maintains that it will not relent at ensuring that they wipe out remnants of the insurgents in the area. Security forces have also sustained the onslaught against Boko Haram insurgents in neighboring Adamawa State. No fewer than 4 suspected terrorists have reportedly been killed following last night's attack by the insurgents on Michika community. According to sources from among community leaders of Michika, troops were quickly drafted to the area where they successfully repelled the attack, killing 4 of the terrorists.
The morning in Michika, Adamawa State looks peaceful, but that was not the case 24 hours before, as the night was thrown into chaos when men suspected to be Boko Haram terrorists invaded the town.
Around 6:37, we start hearing gunshot here and there. And when I make my own inquiry, I was told that it's Boko Haram. And I quickly called the executive governor of Adamawa State and brief him on what is happening here in Michika. And he contacted the military, and after a few minutes, the fighter jets arrived in Michika, and with a lot of troops deployed by the military. And that's what calmed the situation.
Shooting sporadically, the attackers appear to have an itinerary in mind, as they targeted shops for food and other provisions. The major thing now on the mind of the chairman of Michika local government is how to get word to those who fled from the community out of panic.
Our people are scattered all over. Some took refuge in the mountainous areas, and even up to now as we speak, quite a lot of our people are still hanging in the mountain areas because they are still afraid.
Though most of the intruders escaped, 4 were not so lucky, as they were killed by security agents. The police public relations officer says an extensive sweep of the area will be carried out to protect the people.
Investigation is still ongoing because our officers are already there. They are going around the bushes to make some inquiries. But up till now, we are yet to receive a report of anyone losing his life.
A gun truck, motorcycles, and AK-47 rifles were recovered by the military.
This may be coming as good news for the government and people of Benue and, of course, Taraba and Nasarawa states, as the federal government is promising not to withdraw the military from the troubled states not yet. The federal government is saying while the military will be withdrawn, it will be a gradual process. The essence of the gradual withdrawal is to ensure that the states have started enjoying some peace and not exposed to more risk of attacks. The promise of gradual withdrawal is from the president, who is assuring residents that it will be carefully planned and not abrupt or arbitrary, so it does not jeopardize the success already recorded by the military. He says this is in response to the concerns and appeals from the community leaders and governors of those states. For the president, the withdrawal is to allow the military focus on its primary duty of defending the nation against external aggression. It's the duty of the police to handle internal security, since Nigeria is not at war. The president adds that among the reasons for withdrawal is to allow civil authorities assume full control. And the other reason is to allow the military focus on its primary duty of defending the nation against external aggression. It's the duty of police to handle internal security, since Nigeria is not at war. The Department of State Services has paraded one Kabiru Mohammed, who allegedly created a fake video depicting the marriage of President Buhari to the Minister of Finance, as well as that of the Humanitarian Affairs and Social Development. Addressing the news conference in Abuja, the spokesperson, Dr. Peter Afunaya, who paraded the 32-year-old man from Kano State, warns against spread of fake news.
On the 11th of October 2019, to be precise, the Honorable Minister for Finance brought a formal complaint to the service in which she stated that the video had caused her big embarrassment. And she led a formal complaint and asked that an investigation be opened into that audio-video, that was the video and the audio and all the materials associated the infographics and other graphic materials that were in circulation at the moment, would announce that it had apprehended the person that is involved. And the person who started this and who circulated the materials, his name is Kabiru Mohammed. He hails from Kano in Dala local government area of Kano.
Here in Lagos, the state governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has taken time out to inspect work on the flyover bridge being constructed in the Agege Pen Cinema area. Governor Sanwo-Olu used the visit to seek more support from residents, assuring them of delivering the project by the end of the second quarter of this year. He also inspected the Lagos-Badagry Expressway, where the first phase of the construction along the trade fair axis has been completed.
Lagos is Nigeria's fastest growing economy, with an estimated population of over 20 million people. Yet, one issue that the state is faced with is traffic gridlock. As part of efforts by the state government to address this perennial challenge, some infrastructure developments are underway in some parts of the state. One of such is the Agege axis. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is here with his team to assess the level of work done so far in the construction of a flyover, which is expected to ease the flow of traffic in the area.
Simultaneously, we progressed with construction of the piers, and currently there's only 2 piers outstanding of the 16 piers that needs to be constructed.
The governor appeals to residents to be more patient, assuring that the flyover will be delivered by the end of second quarter.
We appreciate the contractor. We've also been able to drive a lot of commitment from them. And let's use the dry season to see how we complete this bridge very, very quickly. So they've given us a commitment, and I'll be inviting the gentlemen of the press at the end of the second quarter or the beginning of the third quarter.
From here, the next stop for the governor and his team is the trade fair area around the Lagos-Badagry Expressway, where the road has been expanded for easy vehicular movement. The governor promised to complete the next phase in less than a year.
9 months is what he has assured us, but one, because we're in dry season now, for him to push all of the heavy work around drainage, around ensuring that they keep the right of way, safe, such that by later in the year, they should be able to get to in front of Lasu Gate. Then the final one will be a 2-kilometer that will take us to Okokomaiko.
Residents of other areas in the state that need road rehabilitation and construction would be looking forward to feeling the presence of the Lagos state government as soon as possible.